Soldiers at rest. I bet those bones have some stories to tell.
Something over there. A key. I wonder what it opens.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her! That's enough to damn you!
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying! You're asking me to trust a devil!
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far.
I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going. Don't worry, I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety, should the need arise.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the Tollhouse just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
What's that supposed to mean?
The truth will out before you know it. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Karlach and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment.
Karlach's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect. The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Vance. Toll collector. Anywhere. Away. Safety. Jumped. To escape. Broken. Gold. Basement. Locked. I fell. Dropped key.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
How much farther can I go?
Need any supplies? We've fewer mouths to feed now. 2. Both stalwarts of Tyr, sworn to uphold justice. The Lord of Justice sent us after a devil haunting this area. We squared off against her. We lost. Talk to Anders if you want the details. I don't have it in me to recount the horror. In Tyr's name.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you? At ease, friend. You're welcome to rest here.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
The pact. Power. Fallen. Lady Zariel. Power. Strength. Zariel's brute destroyed me. Infernal servant. So long I've forgotten. Why?
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Open up.
I'm still looking to shift some supplies. Don't have much to spare, but it's more than we can carry. In Tia's name.
That corpse smells ripe. Enough time for its killer to have moved on.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Toll collector, Martin. Goblins, laughing, cutting, hiding, frightened. Gods abandoned me and Vance.
Eager for battle. What's that? I'm not fitting through that tiny hole. One true way.
The pride of the gate.
Careful, there are traps about.
Onward.
Stay vigilant. There are traps here.
A pressure plate? Curious. There must be a trick to it.
Where am I needed? Keeping pace.
Stay vigilant. There are traps here.
I was hoping you'd come to chat. So...
Wish I had a bag of holding. These boots have seen everything.
Our scouts told us you'd come. The Devil's ally. Come to finish us, have you? Poor Karlak. Allied with the first sap she met, who will be so quickly destroyed. Zariel will find this all terribly funny.
Taste my fury.
My faith will protect me. Blackets will be done.
More for me. Bodies everywhere. Accident or sabotage? Whatever killed those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
The corpse has nothing to say.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
The creature's eyes roll back in its head, equal parts bliss and agony. Her offals smell irresistible. And while her blood feast has filled her, the hyena is not yet sated.
Come! See! My flesh becomes new flesh!
You hear what comes next before you see it. The sharp snapping of bones, and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate. You watch with cold realization. This isn't the end of one life, but the start of another. Her darling pups will not be of her own species. Gnolls bring forth their iniquitous litter from many corpsed wombs, including hyenas. You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps, then goes still. Whatever horrific creature was growing inside the hyena dies along with her.
Taking position.
Be quick. That hyena's run off for help.
Take you.
On the move.
Take you.
Place is overrun with gnolls.
They do have a way of popping up when least expected.
Let's move. The smell of blood will draw trouble.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Gnolls. Tearing. Biting. Tavern. Hideout. Secret. Wizard's shipment. Chest. Rugen protected it, took it north. Lucky son of a...
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
moving in. Smoke. Something's burning. Better than nothing.
He of the unsleeping eyes, grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear. A massacre. Drow and goblins slaughtered the lot. Please, just leave me be.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Zayrin. From Sharmuth. Before the Absolute. Male. Raid. Retrieval for the Absolute. Grand Duke. Absolute. Demands him.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Excellent armor. Strange place to find it.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Take prisoners to Moonrise. Absolute wants him.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Slaves. Good. Raid. The fell. Dagger. Neck. Stupid.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions. The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Mirilith, farmer. From Eltergard, traveling, sister's wedding. Finding husband Benrin inside. Door locked, trapped, fire. Inside room, top floor. Dowry for sister in barn.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me! I think that's it! Thank you. Thank you. He slaughtered everyone. Mary. Oh, Mary. Mary. No. Gods, no, no, no. You should have stayed. You should have been with me. No. No. Why didn't you run? Why didn't you hide? This is all my fault. We were arguing. She ran off. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here. You do? Please, can you return it to me? She'd want her sister to have it. Please. It'd mean so much to her. Oh, Mary. No.
Keep pushing! Duke Ravengard could be inside. On count of 3. 1, 2.
Ravengard? He's here.
Yes! Now make yourself useful! Push, damn it! Push!
Inside! Hurry! We don't have much time! We hear you! Stay where you are! We don't have much time! Fight out!
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
Councillor Floric, are you all right?
Will, by the living gods, I couldn't have asked for a finer savior. Scorched throat. A few hairs singed off. Nothing a bit of time and fresh air can't cure. Gauntlet, a new duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Older Ravengard westward, if my eyes and ears can be believed. Report to the Manip and send for reinforcements. We must find the Duke.
On your command, Councillor.
No, it can't be. You mean they've taken my...
Yes, Will. The Drow have your father.
The circumstance of my birth is no matter of pride for neither me nor my father. But pride is no reason to refuse help to my own flesh and blood. How can we help?
Rescue Ravengard from his Drow captors. Baldur's Gate needs him now more than ever.
Trust us to see it through, Councillor.
Moonrise Towers, along the old road. That place is cursed. Few could survive there, unless darker forces are at work. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target. Thank you. When the Grand Duke returns to the city, he'll hail his only son, a hero. Approach the towers with care. The land itself has been swallowed in shadow. I will seek reinforcements and join you when I can. Remember, Will, courage is found in the battle against fear, not in the defeat of it.
So Father said. I won't soon forget.
Fist to work.
Shit. You can put distance between you and yesterday, but you'll never leave it fully behind. Father's words. Hard to argue with them. Floric spoke true. I'm a Grand Duke's son.
Not just any Grand Duke. The most influential in the city, if my memory serves me right. And for once, I think it does.
Thank you. That means a lot. But I wonder, what makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I know, and you're right. When I look into a mirror, I see two faces. I see the Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And I see Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory. A man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind. I'm all for it. not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Baldurin, stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance. Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power: courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters. I don't consort with them. Well, not when I can avoid it. Something over there.
Looks like there's a chest buried in that hay.
Someone's moving around in there.
Monsters everywhere. Kill. You speak to me? The monsters only scream. I was ready to run you through. My mistake, friend. Him? He was the biggest. Now I'm the biggest. Yes, it was screaming, waving around its metal. I made him stop screaming. An attack. Monsters. Little ones and taller ones. They took the shiny one. He killed many.
I know this doesn't change anything, but it helps. Thank you. I need some time alone with her. To say goodbye.
So is it done. Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Dead or dying.
The corpse remains silent. She doesn't know.
Gauntlet. Marilla. Flaming fist. Baldur's Gate.
Spoken, and so is it done.
Well met.
Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done. Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless.
What's that?
Great God. Teach us care when we would have teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken.
Hands on his head!
Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care.
No chance I'll fit
I
through
am
that.
way too big for a hole that
No
tiny.
chance I'll fit through that.
I am way
no
too
chance I'll
big
fit
for
through
a
that.
hole. I am way too big for a hole that tiny.
No
I
chance
am
I'll
way
fit
too
through
big
that.
for a hole that tiny.
No
I am
chance I'll
way
fit
too
through
big
that.
for a hole.
No
I
chance
am
I'll
way
fit
too
through
big
that.
for a hole that tiny.
Great God, Helm. In this plane and beyond. Teach us care. And so is it done.
Let's have a look.
I am way too big for a hole that tiny. I am way too big for that. I am way too big for a hole that.
Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done. Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Now? But I'm just getting comfy. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. Karlak meets the criteria, pet.
Trust me on this. Kill me? I wouldn't recommend it.
I die, and Will turns to a lemure and gets sucked right down to the hells.
Which reminds me.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. Funny how the line between fool and hero is so thin. I'll figure out a way to make it up to him. What are heroes like? Swords? Shields? Shiny things?
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
I bear the image of one at least, but my heart is the same. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. It's not unrelated. I wish I could tell you more. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
How can I help? Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
You wish to speak?
Speak.
Just a bad dream. It's all right.
Goblins had me in a cage. Poked me with pointy sticks.
Hush now, it was just a nightmare. We're safe here with Mistress. He'll settle in. Give it a little time. I suppose I did. You've been good to us. To both of us. Gonwick would be happy I'm with you, I think.
Like it here. Warm fire. Scratch reminds me of Big Brother. Used to. Mother ate him.
Thank you.
Soldier? You did? Wow. That was sound of you. Why'd you do it? Glad to be counted among them. Really glad. Wish I could have been there to watch those ignots crumble, but I'm just happy they're off my tail. Then again, facing them down might have put my tin can into overdrive. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. Wild, right? And believe it or not, I'm one of Zariel's least mutilated pets. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him. A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
I was hoping you'd come to chat. What do you need?
When we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Don't mind if I do.
Look, city began.
Virtus expientet.
Impero Mors!
Dum vitae est
Luxem to me. Kitty!
Just as I expected. for battle.
Who the hell's... Get over here and help! If we don't deal with them gnolls, none of us are getting out of here alive. Aye, that we can do. The fire won't hold them forever, though. Be quick about it. When the fighting starts, we'll be right alongside you.
If not over, something over there.
Might will prevail.
down! We'll try to hold the rest back!
At the ready.
I am fury. I am death. Make way.
on the victor's path.
And here I go.
That will fit in my pack. Looks empty.
There's a parasite in that corpse, brimming with potent magic.
Never seen a gnoll up close till today. Hope I never do again.
Thank the gods that's over. Wish you'd been with us when the beasts attacked on the road. Might have been more survivors. I don't suppose you saw any of my crew alive out there. Damn it. I guess that's a no. Risen Road's more dangerous than ever. You're the first friendly face we've seen since Eltergard. We're bound for Baldur's Gate. Got some cargo to deliver. But we've a stop to make along the way. Thanks, but that won't be necessary. We'll find help at Waukeen's Rest. Listen, you look like you know how to handle yourself. You should meet my associates. We've got our own drinking spot by the tavern. Invitation only. Tell the fellow on the door. Little Serpent, Long Shadow. He'll take good care of you.
Waukeen!
It's fine. We'd be dead if they hadn't shown up. A little hospitality won't do any harm. Damn it. Nowhere's safe anymore. Doesn't change the plan, though. We'll head over there and check for survivors. Shame we lost so many agents. But the chest is all that matters. Zaris would have our hides if we lost it. Black Hand be thanked. I didn't think anyone would find us. We'll take the chest back to the hideout. I owe you a drink. Lots of drinks.
That's the symbol of the Absolute, marked in blood.
Should mind my step. Swift as my feet can carry me. At the ready.
You spot a man crouching between the shelves, just as he spots you.
Bugger! Oh, Helm's Dwarfs. I thought you were Flaming Fist. Well, down you go then. They'll be on us soon, so if you're looking to trade, you best be quick. Entrance is hidden behind the wardrobe. Here's the key.
Something good here, I hope.
Looks empty. Look at that.
That's far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Hold on. That's the lass who saved us from the Gnolls. Let her in.
You revealed our location. That tongue gets any looser, Rugen, I'll cut it out. Come down then. Seems you're a friend of the family.
So much for a warm welcome. Watch yourself. I spy.
Hope you weren't followed, mate. You don't want to keep Zaris waiting. Believe me.
It's happened before.
Strip this
Oh, I
place
was
bare!
paid to crack heads. Not stack bloody boxes.
Good to see you. Killed any more beasts out there?
Thanks again. Hope Zari's treated you to something nice.
I owe you one for saving my people. The Zhentarim look out for their own, even if it's Rugen. That's worth some coin. And my thanks. Our trader can show you some of our more exotic items now, but don't delay. This place is likely to be rubble soon. Someone kidnapped a duke, right on our bloody doorstep. The Flaming Fist will need someone to blame. I don't plan on it being us.
Colors and stuff. Reckon I might actually miss this place.
You. Zaris may have welcomed you, but I can see you're not one of her thugs. You need to buy me. You were rather quick to agree, but all the wiser for it. For the return of her prize artist, my patron will measure her gratitude in gold. Tenfold whatever ransom these clots tried to squeeze from you, I guarantee it. I hope you have the means. These Zend have seen my work. They won't let me go cheaply. Please, speak to Brem. I need to see the sun again.
Well, don't you cut a fine figure? Want your portrait done? If you have the gold, my pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness.
I doubt you've got that kind of dosh line about. All right, so maybe I was fishing. No fooling you. He's all yours. Don't forget to feed him. He balls something proper.
All right, back already? Of course. Got some interesting stock for a friend of the family.
Pleasure.
Check. Boot knife.
I can't say I've ever been bought before. How much did I fetch? No, don't tell me. There's nothing so depressing as learning one's true value. Well, you should at least know what you've paid for. I am the Oscar Fevras, at your service. Oh, run crying back to my patron, I expect. My betrothed, I should say. Assuming Lady Janeth still wishes to marry me after our little, falling out.
You recall a recent scandal. A patriarch of Baldur's Gate who wished to marry a commoner.
I did not run away. A date was never set. There were complications. Before my fame, my patron, there was another woman. One I planned to spend my life with. But when Lady Janeth offered me a future, well, it felt only right to mention my past. Right, but unwise. I was forced to retreat into the countryside, to paint and to clear my head, to choose, I suppose. Oh, absolutely none. Fame and wealth suit me very well, no doubt. And yet, I think of that first love, and I hesitate. Likely I'm going mad. Regardless, we have more immediate concerns. Your reward once I've returned to the city, for one. Say, I don't suppose you could spare some coin, could you? Ease the discomforts of the road some. A hero to the hilt. Seek me out in the city, truly. Beneath my brush, you'll live forever. Until Baldur's Gate, then.
Did I see you drawing something earlier?
So, can do a better job than that bonds you showed.
Keep it up, little brother. Might be I can sell you someday.
Oh.
Strip this place bare!
At the ready.
Did I see you drawing something earlier?
So, can do a better job than that bond you showed.
Keep it up, little brother. Might be I can sell you someday.
Oh.
Like Ma always.
Something over there. On my way. That might be worth a look.
An illusion. There must be something worth being kept secret through there.
Oh.
Careful. No stone scent. No stone sound. Strange stone here.
intestines throb. Blood whispers.